Believe it or not, this massive mobile crane is powered entirely by batteries.
They are quiet, noiseless.
Now we have the batteries. Generator, we don't need it.
We travel to the Netherlands, where strict anti-pollution laws are forcing contractors to switch to green equipment, and we find out how Victron Energy lithium batteries are powering huge machinery like this hydraulic crane. This busy construction site near Amersfoort, just east of Amsterdam, has a huge crane doing the heavy lifting, and it's battery powered.
Normally, originally, the crane has a 45 kilowatt generator. We have now built a 45 kilowatt Victron system on top of it, so that the Victron system can replace the generator. Customers are very surprised how long they can operate with the battery pack and how noiseless the system is. There is no sound, no smoke. It's just clean.
The reason for this shift in the Netherlands from diesel-powered machinery to renewable alternatives has been driven by new legislation that seeks to curb CO2 emissions in construction processes. Contractors must demonstrate their green credentials before construction permits can be issued. This means ditching diesel generators, which in turn means lots of work for this business in Barneveld. The company's main business was converting starter motors and alternators in cars, trucks and commercial vehicles. But that has changed over time to fitting Victron Energy systems up to and including cranes.
Before we start building a crane, we can plug an energy meter in the crane. Then we simply leave it running for 2 weeks, and then we read out those 2 weeks via the VRM portal. Then we can see how much power it uses per day and use that to make a calculation for the batteries.
Once the energy consumption of the crane has been measured, the team can then set about designing a system and assembling the correct Victron Energy products required to make it off-grid hardware.
Victron is very reliable. They're simply good and sturdy products. They last a tremendously long time. Because Victron has a very wide range of products, enabling you to build one large product. Over the years, it has become more and more. We've been using it, I think, for 20 years. At the very beginning, we built it on aerial platforms. That has simply been extended to cranes.
To help combat climate change, the Dutch government wants to reduce the Netherlands' greenhouse gas, or CHG, emissions by 49% by the year 2030. Compared with GHG levels in 1990.
Construction work just won't take place if there is a polluting crane on site. That's why they all want to run diesel engines on battery packs.
Typically, a crane like this one can extend out to 38 metres in length and extend up and down between 27 metres to 50 metres in height, and carrying loads up to 6,000 kilos. All whilst being powered by batteries. The crane still has a diesel generator on board for use when the vehicle is being driven.
Before I operated with the diesel engine, and now I operated with the batteries, so it's nice and quiet. Yeah, there's no difference, the same power. I lift steel beams, concrete.
So what exactly is on board? Each crane is fitted with 3 48-volt, 15 kVA Victron Energy Quattros, connected to 16 25.6 volts, 200 amp-hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. It takes around 4 hours to charge, and the crane can operate for 2 days on a full charge.
Yes, it keeps on getting bigger. So we are getting more and more requests for ESS systems and a lot of generators that are being converted to hybrid ones.
The switch to battery operation has brought many benefits, and it doesn't mean the loss of comforts like air conditioning in the cab.
It's nice for me in my head. I can focus and not in a hot roasted cab. And to drive it is easier. You feel everything what the cranes does.
The growing need to switch from diesel to green alternatives will only increase in the coming months and years, not only in the Netherlands but globally too, meaning Dutch businesses like this one will be kept very busy indeed as we all seek to combat climate change via renewable energy. And you can be sure that Victron Energy will be at the forefront of this battle, both with its breakthroughs in innovation and its product. This building, set within the Scottish woodlands, powers all their lighting, security and offices using solar and Victron Energy equipment.